Ladies, I'm going to start this with a warning. The three phrases I'm about to give you, they're powerful, dangerous, even if used with the wrong man. But if you're speaking to someone worth your time, these phrases will flip a switch in his brain that makes him feel something every man craves. When it comes to attraction, confidence isn't just important, it's everything. True confidence isn't loud or boastful, it's calm, grounded, and unshakable, and when a woman walks through the world with that kind of self-assuredness, it's magnetic. Men don't just notice her, they feel drawn to her, often without knowing exactly why. That's because confidence sends a very specific message. I know who I am, I know what I bring to the table, and I don't need anyone to complete me. That's the core reason why the first forbidden phrase, "I don't need you, but I'd love to choose you," has such a powerful impact. It immediately flips the traditional dynamic on its head. Most people, men and women alike, are conditioned to believe that romantic relationships are about filling a void, about fixing loneliness, about finding someone to rescue us from ourselves. But real confidence doesn't operate from lack. It operates from wholeness. When you say that phrase and mean it, you're showing him that your life is already full, that you're not waiting for someone to come in and save you, and that any man you allow into that life is being chosen, not needed. That distinction is incredibly attractive. Why? Because men, at their core, want to feel wanted, not obligated. The moment he realizes that you're not clinging to him or chasing validation, but instead standing tall in your own worth, he starts to feel something deeper. He starts to respect you. He becomes curious. He wonders, what is it about her that makes her so sure of herself? What does she have going on in her world that makes me want to be a part of it? That's when the dynamic shifts. He starts chasing, not because you manipulated him, but because your confidence woke something up in him. You've shown that you're not afraid to walk away, and paradoxically, that makes him want to stay. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being so secure in your own identity that you don't need external validation to feel valuable. In the end, confidence is less about how you look or what you say. It's about the belief you carry when you say it. And when you own your value, people naturally want to be close to it. Standards are not walls, they are invitations. They invite the right people in and show them how to treat you. When a woman communicates her standards with clarity and grace, she becomes someone that a man not only desires but deeply respects. Why? Because most people are afraid to set boundaries. They fear being too much, too picky, or too difficult. But the truth is, the moment you lower your standards to keep someone, you lose the very thing that made you attractive in the first place, your self-respect. Think about this phrase, "That doesn't meet my standard, but I appreciate the effort." It's simple, it's kind, and it's powerful. You're not criticizing, you're not being harsh. You're simply expressing that you noticed what was offered, and while you value the intention, it doesn't align with the level of energy or respect you expect. That phrase alone can make a man pause. Not because you're scolding him, but because you're showing him something most people don't: discernment. You're signaling that your time, energy, and emotional bandwidth are not just handed out to anyone. They must be earned, and that earning process makes you unforgettable. The right man won't be turned off by this. He'll be challenged by it. In a good way, he'll see you as someone who values herself deeply, someone who won't settle, someone worth stepping up for. And here's the thing, people always rise or fall to the level of your standards. If your standard is low, they'll meet you there because they don't have to do more. But if your standard is high and consistent, not unreasonable, but healthy and clear, they either grow to meet it or select out. And that's a win either way. Men don't fall in love because you do everything for them or because you make it easy. They fall in love when they admire you, when they respect you, when they feel that earning your love means something. Setting standards is not about playing hard to get. It's about knowing your worth and being unwilling to trade it for short-term attention or temporary affection. In relationships, the most attractive people are those who love generously, but only when it's reciprocated with equal effort, respect, and intention. Standards create that balance, and attraction thrives in that space. In attraction, one of the most underrated yet powerful tools is intrigue, not mystery in the sense of playing games or being secretive, but in the sense of holding something back, not giving everything away all at once. When a woman knows her worth, she doesn't feel the need to over-explain herself, to overgive, or to chase. She understands that what is meant for her doesn't need to be forced. That's the energy behind the phrase, "I don't chase, I attract." It's a simple sentence, but it speaks volumes. It says, I'm not going to beg for your attention. I'm not going to convince you to see my value. I already know my value, and I trust that the right person will see it too. That's incredibly powerful. Because most people, especially in today's dating world, are stuck in a loop of proving, pleasing, and performing. But the person who breaks that pattern, the one who sits back, radiates self-trust, and doesn't move faster than the energy being returned, that person becomes unforgettable. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about being hard to forget and you become that by being selective with your time, energy, and presence. When you don't chase, you give the other person space to step into the role of the pursuer. And biologically, psychologically, that dynamic is hardwired into how romantic tension builds. Men feel more invested when they feel they've earned your attention, and they only feel that if they sense that you're not waiting around for scraps. You're grounded, you're doing your thing, you're living a full life when you lean into that energy, when you embody "I don't chase, I attract." You automatically filter out the people who aren't serious. The ones who want quick validation or easy wins will fade, and that's good. You don't want to build deep connections with people who aren't willing to show up. You want someone who sees your value and steps forward because you weren't easy to get, not out of ego, but because you weren't desperate to give your heart to just anyone. The point isn't to withhold love, it's to protect it. To make sure that the person you're giving it to is showing up with intention, not just interest, and that's the true essence of attraction: space, value, and self-control. The words you use don't just express how you feel, they teach others how to perceive you. Every phrase you say, every way you respond, frames who you are and what role someone is allowed to play in your life. That's why language isn't just communication, it's positioning. It subtly tells a man, this is the version of me you get access to, and this is how I expect to be treated. When you become intentional about the words you choose, especially in the early stages of a connection, you set the tone for everything that follows. Take the phrase, "I don't need you, but I'd love to choose you." On the surface, it's just a statement. But underneath it carries layers of meaning. It says, I'm emotionally self-sufficient. I'm not looking for someone to fix me, fill a void, or rescue me from my life. I've built something solid on my own, and if I allow someone in, it's because I want to, not because I have to. That single sentence reframes the dynamic. It places you in a position of calm strength and shows the other person that love, for you, is a conscious choice, not a dependency. Most people are used to others who speak from scarcity. Why haven't you called? I need you to make me happy. I can't do this without you. But when you replace that language with words that reflect emotional security and choice, it shifts the energy instantly. You stop sounding like someone who's desperate for approval, and you start sounding like someone who values herself too much to settle for anything less than mutual, respectful connection. It's not about being cold or distant, it's about being deliberate. The way you speak shapes the way people show up for you. If you speak as though you're replaceable, people will treat you that way. But when you speak from a place of inner worth, you become someone who stands out without having to shout. Your words become a mirror. They reflect how you see yourself and invite others to either rise to that vision or walk away. And if someone walks away from your truth, that's not rejection, that's redirection. The more intentional your language, the more clearly you call in the kind